Hello, everybody. It is January 12th, 2022, and 1 week from tomorrow, Global Game Jam begins. So, before I get into all the information about the jam and the specific jam that I will be participating in, what is a game jam? Well, a game jam is an event that happens on a site like GameJolt or itch.io, or in Global Game Jam's case, its own website, that allows a person or group of people to enter and create a game in a specific time, usually with a specific theme. And the time is typically 24 to 48 hours, 1 to 2 days. So, with that being said, let's get into a little bit more about the jam that I will be participating in. It is the X Jam. It lasts 2 days, and the theme has not been decided if there is one. So, why am I starting to record now? I'm going to take you through every step of this process, every day of the jam, every step of the process. So, first things first, logistics planning. One thing that you need to consider with planning for a game jam is what are the time constraints? What times will you be available, and how long is the jam going on for? Of course, we know that the jam is going on for 48 hours. However, I do have a podcast that I intend to do during that time, and we usually record it Saturday night. So, with that being said, there's a logistical problem right there, for me at least, because two days is not a lot of time to make a game, in my opinion. It is not a lot of time to create a working prototype. So that leads me to my next question. What are the tools and technologies that I'm going to be using? I'm going to stick with what I know, RPG Maker MZ, strictly because it allows for ease of asset generation and ease of use. Thirdly, am I working? Third or fourthly, I'm tired. I'm sorry. I've been trying to record this section many times. Um, am I working solo or am I working in a team? I'm going to be working solo. Sadly, one of the constraints of using RPG Maker MC is it doesn't allow for easy cooperation. It's not something like Unity or Unreal. More or less Unity with its cloud platform. I would like to work in a team in a future jam, but with the time constraints and my availability, that may be an issue. So, what is there left to do at this point? Really, just wait for a theme to be announced, because the game type's already been decided by the type of engine I want to use. Depending on the engine you use, you will either be restricted or have a limitless amount of possibilities to make for a game. Realistically, I don't know what I'm going to make yet. If there is a theme, I have to work around that theme. So the logistics part will go right up until the day the jam starts, which we know is Friday, January 21st. So with that being said, I will see you when something new arises. Well, I figured I'd take this moment to talk about why I wanted to do this game jam. I find game jams to be very fun. They help me meet new people and help me try and branch out of my comfort zones when it comes to game engines. Because last year, for example, I started with Unreal Engine and realized that the time constraint would not have allowed me enough time to create a functioning battle system, import the assets, get the assets set up, design a few levels, design a working character, and a working health system. I've had no such luck with the health system in Unreal Engine before. Go check out Project Nightmare. I can't get the health to save when you transfer levels, and I can't get the life counter to go down when you die and respawn. But enough about that. Honestly, though, as you guys are going to see throughout this documentary, jams can be very taxing for me mentally. It's exhausting because it's all I think about for 2 days. Um, but it's going to be a lot of fun because I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy getting to sit down and focus on one thing. And I got to meet new people. I get to meet new people through the server, the Discord server, and everybody is going to work their butts off. And I can't wait to see what everybody can create. And now we will talk about the tools that I will be using during the game jam. Since I will be doing a solo project, I will be using something that everybody has known me for using, RPG Maker MZ. At this point, it's like we've only got 48 hours, and I don't have a lot of time to make custom assets and everything, or like make everything from scratch. And my programmer art is terrible. My art is terrible. It's what they call programmer art. But for the ease of simplicity, I will be using RPG Maker MZ. And I do have an idea. I'm going to reuse an old game idea that I had. Um, for those that have been around the Twitch channel long enough or have seen or heard of me talking about DH Great War, that's the project I'm going to be rewriting and reworking. Hopefully I can get something out of it. I probably can. It's just seeing what is usable from the game itself. Um, I'm really excited and nervous at the same time because the game jam is just 5 days away. Oh, we can do this. I can do this. It is officially one day before the jam, and some advice that I'm going to give is take this time for yourself because the next 24 hours you're going to be super busy. And typically what I would do for time for myself is I would play like Stardew Valley, or I would play video games and listen to music or watch a TV show or Netflix show. But do something you enjoy to help relax, because honestly, when the game jam starts, the time's ticking. You gotta work as much as you can while trying to also pace yourself so you don't, burn yourself out. But um, also, do not forget to have all of your tools installed before the jam starts. No matter the time, no matter the day, you have to make sure you are 100% ready to start when the jam starts, because 2 days might seem like a long time to someone, but to me 2 days is not a long time, so I want to be prepared before the jam even starts. So honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Take this time for yourself, because tomorrow I'm taking this time for myself, because tomorrow at this time it's gonna be very, very hectic. That I can promise. Hello, everybody. Um, I have just found out the theme for Global Game Jam 22, and it's duality. It's an interesting theme. I'm not gonna lie, but the question is now, where do I start? Um, I honestly don't know where to begin. Um, and I really don't know like how to talk about it in this video. Dualities to me are everywhere. Um, good and well, the most obvious being good and evil, right and wrong. And I just heard my Discord go off. But anyway, I really don't know where to begin. And this kind of goes back to something that I myself have told myself in previous game jams. Don't plan too much because you don't know the theme. Um, and this is what the last 24 hours of the jam is going to be for me. It's just like waiting to start with anticipation and nervousness. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm super fucking nervous. I'm very nervous right now. Like, I'm recording this like 20 minutes or so after the previous portion. So I'm like super nervous, super anxious. Like I it's hard to explain. Like, there's just so much going on right now. Do I have everything that I need to get started? When I want to get, like, when we can start? You know, how much time am I going to allot for myself tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday? Because I have so many things I need to do. On Saturday, I've got the podcast, which is probably going to be a throwaway episode of like, let's talk about random stuff and whatever. And, it's going to be one of those things. There's so much emotion going on right now in, like, for me in general, and I don't know if people can see it by the way I'm just like frantically moving and the way I sound. I don't know. I'm just like super nervous and super just, oh, I'm ready to start, but I can't start yet because it doesn't start till tomorrow. And well, tomorrow is day 1 of the game jam, so we'll see you then.
Hello everybody, it is currently 9:34 on January 21st, so just a few hours into the game jam and we're just getting started on our project. Not going to talk too much about it, but I'm having a lot of fun and the tech has changed from RPG Maker to Unity and I'm not working solo this time, so this is going to be a fun experience, and I hope to take you all through this experience with me.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to make sure we're recording before I start saying anything, but hello, everybody. It is officially day 1 of the game jam. So I'm actually going to give some advice on backing up your project, making sure that, you don't make errors with GitHub, because I actually have made a few errors with GitHub in the past. So, what I mean, I'll get into it later, but so first of all, let's talk about GitHub. Why is it useful? GitHub is a repository service that you can use to basically have a backup of your code. So let's say you're using Unreal Engine or Unity, or you're making something in just C# in general. Any type of application. GitHub allows you to store your code. It's not stored in a cloud anywhere. It's just, I don't really know how to explain it very well, but GitHub is a repository service that allows you to have your code stored somewhere so you can always have a backup and the most up-to-date code when you need it. And people will say, well, how does that work? A backup and the most up-to-date. So what I mean by that is, if you have an error in your code or have an issue in your application that you don't know how to fix, or you don't know what the exact cause of it is, there is always the option to revert to an earlier version of the project. How you would do that is, you would go onto GitHub and you can fork or download your code directly from the repository. So what types of projects can be used or can be stored on GitHub? Most, if not all, programming languages are supported on GitHub. There are a few exceptions when it comes to game development. There is one exception that I know of when it comes to game development, and that is RPG Maker files. It will not store RPG Maker projects on GitHub. I have tried. Seriously, I've tried. And it won't recognize RPG Maker projects. I'm sorry. You may, if you're using custom plugins to create, you can upload those JS files. It will recognize JavaScript and TypeScript, whatever you're using. It is most useful when you're using an engine like Unity or Unreal or, C++, C Sharp, any of those languages. What are some things that you need to be careful of? Do not merge branches in the wrong order. I have a personal story about this, okay? So, I've been working on a project, a solo project called Maze Escape. And I accidentally merged main into, or not, was it main into experimental? I think it was main into experimental. Or the other way around. I'll just explain it like this. I merged, so now there is two solution files. There is the actual mazeescape.sln, which is the main branch. And then there's the experimental branch that has its own version of the, basically a different file structure. Keep your file structures consistent. But since I created the main branch without a particular file structure, because I'll divvy the classes and the enums into different folders, for clarity's sake, and just for me being like, okay, this is an enum, this is a class, they're going to go in their own files or their own folders. So now that caused a problem where whenever I download the code for the Maze Escape game to, like, whenever I would have an issue, I could go to my repository, download the code, I'd have two solution files. So be very, very careful when merging. Look at the differences and say, will this cause any problems? Because GitHub will say, there's no issues here, it's okay to merge. Just double check and make sure that nothing's going to cause an issue, no file structures are going to change or anything like that. I know that I'm probably spouting bullshit, but this is just what I've learned over, the 1.5 to 2 years I've used GitHub. Just be careful how you merge things, because in the end, that actually does matter. Consistency does matter. So, that's just a word of advice. However, later today, I haven't started the project yet because the game jam doesn't start for another few hours. So here we go. You're going to join me on this adventure. Hold on tight. It's going to be one hell of a ride.
Hello everybody, it is currently 9:34 on January 21st, so just a few hours into the game jam and we're just getting started on our project. Not going to talk too much about it, but I'm having a lot of fun, and the tech has changed from RPG Maker to Unity, and I'm not working solo this time, so this is going to be a fun experience, and I hope to take you all through this experience with me. Everybody, it is currently 11, almost 20 minutes, it's almost 20 after 11, on January 21st, and I have taken up the task of creating the options and start menu for the Game Jam project. And so far the start menu has been completed, but not the options menu. I'm going to be working on that right now, and I can get that done hopefully tonight before I go to bed. Insert shot of it running here. Hello everybody, it is currently almost midnight, the end of day one. Currently the title screen is working. I'm working on getting resolutions and all that stuff set up where you can change it and toggle full screen or not full screen. I'm really tired, guys. Sorry for not showing anything. But tomorrow is going to be hectic, so I need to get my butt to bed now. So I will see you guys in the morning, first thing. Good night.
Good morning, everybody. It is day 2. So it is 8:30 in the morning. And holy shit, I'm just waking up. I didn't get to bed till after midnight last night trying to get the title screen up and running. I'm hoping the 2 videos from my phone that I'd taken make it into this video. Because if they don't, I'll explain right now. I'm working in a team on a game called Rock, Paper, Scissors, Balloon. Working title, of course. And I've been working on the functionality for the title screen. That's been a heck of an experience. We're using Unity, so this is definitely a change from the norm for me. Using something else besides Unity. So, hello. Also, I'm very tired. I had 3 cans of Mountain Dew and 2 bottles of water yesterday, so I'm gonna probably get some food in my system. I'll check up with everybody throughout the day. Bye! So, it is January 22nd, 2022. It is well afternoon. It is 12:30 in the afternoon. And we have some good news. The title screen is now complete. I have been working on the title screen for basically from 8 o'clock last night to 11 o'clock this morning. Considering that I actually took some time to sleep over I took some pretty decent time to sleep today. So now I'm getting ready to go into some different things. I'm going to... Oh, did I not... Did I not add the master mixer to my GitHub? Crap. I feel like I forgot something. I might have forgotten something. Because it's probably not going to work. Because if we click there... Don't destroy unload. That's new. Yeah, it just... Okay. We're going to go into the main... Or the... Okay. There is some stuff I have to change from this version. Because I didn't know what the main gameplay scene was. However... I just want to make sure like it works, and I'm gonna inform them really quick about that. But yeah, I basically spent all night last night working on the title screen. So I will be talking to you guys in a little bit. Hello, everybody. It is currently the night of day 1 or day 2, technically. Day 1, technically. Yesterday was day 0. I'm tired, guys. It's been a long day. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but basically what happened today was just a mess, and now I have to go to the bathroom the moment I start recording, so I'll be right back. Well, it's only the end of the first day of the jam, or like basically it's been a day since the jam started, and I'm already beat. I'm already exhausted. Last night I stayed up till probably midnight-ish, working on the title screen and then working on the option screen. I actually finished the title screen last night. It was the option screen that took me a little bit of time, and you know, I'm beat, but I can do this. Like, it's a pretty stressful day. I mean, I'm basically right now just working on a stage machine, and we have a day left to finish everything right now, and oh, I'm tired. Like, I can do this. It's really been fun to work with people. Like, the team that I'm working with is really chill and really helpful if you ask. And then there's me that's like, okay, I'm gonna do this on my own. I'm gonna follow Unity tutorials because I haven't touched Unity since, gosh, I don't know when. It's been a while before this. But getting used to Unity again has been kind of fun because it's C sharp. I've touched C sharp. I know how those, like, certain things in C sharp work, but translating them to Unity shouldn't be that hard, unless you're me, of course. And so now I'm working on getting a working states machine, like a working, not a working enum, but a working states manager or working game manager, whatever. Man, this is expected, honestly. And people will be like, well, take a break. Well, a lot has happened today, and I'm going to go into it. And nothing against, like, I don't know what caused it, but there was an issue on the original repo. And we basically took what we had on main, or like we had to take what we had on main, translate it to another repository, connect to that repository, download the work. It's not hard. It's just whether or not everything, like, on my end was up to date. So I spent a good portion of the afternoon doing that and working on a boss controller. I'm exhausted, and like I said, it's to be expected because when this is the only thing you do for 24 to 48 hours, I'm trying to think. Okay, I'm gonna close that, and then I'm gonna have this instance open because I've never had to do a states machine before, so I'm actually gonna look up a tutorial on how to do it. Yeah, I'm at that point that I'm like, I'm exhausted. And people will be like, well, why are you looking it up? It's like, because I want to figure this out here. Yeah, I'm exhausted. So that's it. No, that's the wrong state machine. I'm just going win, lose, Unity, because I've never had to do, you know. I honestly am so tired. So, like, that's the thing now. I'm doing research on really how to do like, basically a state manager from the way it's worded on the Trello board is game state manager. I've never had to do that before in Unity. Well, I've never done that in general, but I'm exhausted, so I'm doing research on exactly what or how and what a game state manager is. Yeah, because it's yeah, so there's the game state. And I can't really figure this out here, like, because what they want, or like what the goal of the game is, defeat the boss. Really, it's simple. That's your win condition. Your lose condition is if you lose all your health, you lose the game. It's simple. It's just I don't know necessarily how to do it, considering that I've never worked with a game state manager before. So now I get to figure that out on my own. And with the state that I'm in, I'm gonna need like 3 more cans of Mountain Dew, and if I start getting a headache, I'll have a water. I'm at the mental point that I'm like trying my best to stay on task. Like I can't focus enough to type because I've been doing this all day, almost all day. I took a few breaks in between to just watch YouTube and decompress, but holy cow, I'm losing it. I feel like I'm losing it, but I'm having fun too. Like there's ups and downs to everything. Like working in a team has made it easier to learn a lot, and I'm gonna do my best to offer everything I can. But when I don't even like I can't even think straight right now. I'm exhausted, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best, and I'm gonna get through this because it's me, and apparently, according to my friends, I'm a masochist for signing up for these things. Um, but yeah, I'm comparing it to when I would work with RPG Maker, and yeah, it RPG Maker is very limiting, and I've always said it. It's very limiting in what you can do. Like, yeah, you can make any types of games you want with RPG Maker, but it's very limiting in terms of okay, what can we do with the limitations we have? You can try and make anything, but the knowledge of the engine and the languages it uses is by limitation. I don't know enough about RPG Maker to be like, okay, I can make this, I can do that, I can do, I can make a platformer or whatever, a puzzle game. And you just need to know how those mechanics would work in that engine. But anyway, I'm probably going to cut this short and try and focus again. Bye. Hello, everybody. Jordan here. It is like 10:12 on the night of I don't remember what day. But it is like the game jam started yesterday. I'm going to focus my efforts on a project that isn't like I don't know how to word it. That isn't supposed to be finished tomorrow. So I'm exhausted from my 6-minute video here, and I'm probably, I'm exhausted, but I've had a lot of fun this game jam, and I'm probably going to do a retrospective. I don't know what was said in the last portion, but honestly, it's been a lot of fun. I'll talk to you later. Hello, everybody. It is the final day of the game jam, and this will be used also as a retrospective. So really what to expect on the final day is any tasks that need to be done will get done, or like have an attempt to get done. Any finalizing of releases will also be done during this time. Any finalizing of assets will also be done. Let's start at the beginning for this retrospective. There isn't much to say really on what to expect on day 3 because it's basically a wrap-up day. But let's go back to the beginning. What did I expect from this project? I expected to make an RPG game, an RPG Maker, on my own. What did I get? I worked in a great team full of amazing individuals, all very, very talented in their, they're all very, very talented. And they're all very, very nice and very willing to help. I will say this of the team that I worked with, very amazing and very awesome to just even sit and talk to When we were just taking a break, I would go and talk to the teammates and be like, "Hey, I hope you're having a good day. I'm curious to see what you've been working on, and hope it's going well." Other than that, when I needed help, I could ask, like, "Hey," I asked mainly for clarification. I did ask for a little bit of help on the game state manager in a way. But that was, very simple. I got clarification on that, and I just was like, "Oh, that seems simple enough to do." So, and I also kind of explained whatever how it worked, and like how it was intended to work, or how I got it to work, and what it needs. So, what were some of the challenges that I faced in the 2 day from Friday to today, or Friday and last night? Because I finished up everything I was going to do last night. Because tomorrow, I'm not going to go and do it here, but tomorrow is going to be busy for work, and yeah. So, what challenges did I face? Other than time management, that always seems to be an issue, no matter what game jam it is. Um, it was GitHub and merge conflicts, uh, using an engine that I've hardly ever used. I haven't used Unity in 6 months to a year. Honest to God, I have not used Unity in 6 months to a year. I hardly ever used it before then, too, so it was basically learning a new engine, which Unity uses C Sharp, and I thought how it used C Sharp was different from how native C Sharp is, especially Visual C Sharp. Sorry if my words come out as slurred. It's just saying those two things kind of, I don't know. But I learned how to make a title screen, how to make an option screen, and I literally did research in like some game state managers, even really simple ones. I actually did research on how to create something very simple for a simple game. So I'm gonna try. Another goal of mine this year is to. I'm wanting to participate in. I believe it is a jam hosted by GitHub. So let me go take a look. I'm gonna announce the plan here. Jams joined. Game Off 2022. It starts in 9 months and it lasts 1 month. And I'm excited. But if XJam happens again, and there has been talk of it happening every 6 months, if it happens again, I will gladly take part in it. Just I'm gonna have to do some planning and preparation ahead of time. I'm even like looking at the two jams on itch that I've taken part of, and I did a lot of reminiscing about like the very first one I took part in. Devtober, I started like trying to learn more about RPG Maker and actually using more time in that. But I also wanted to branch out, and that's something I wanted to do for years. And this game jam provided that perfect opportunity because I've been using RPG Maker for it's 2022, for at least a few years now. And I've always wanted to branch out and make a different genre of game. And I know you can do it in RPG Maker. It's just I'd rather do it in an engine like Unreal or Unity. So I got to learn more about Unity, and I learned specific things that I remember was how to transition scenes, and that's using the Unity scene management. And for people that want to know specifically what a using statement is, when I watched the tutorials, they literally said it's a using statement allows you to use these things, which it does. But in broader terms, if you've worked with something like Java, you will recognize that a using statement is an import statement. In Java, you have import java.lang, but for Unity, it's import Unity engine dot or Unity dot whatever you need. It allows you to import the libraries you need to make whatever you're trying to make. And I'll be 100% honest, like, that's not the only thing I pulled from it either. I learned how to use regions to clean up the code a little bit. I learned how to really look, like, how to create a very simple game state manager, because I don't remember if Unreal has something like a game state manager, but I know that Unity does not even have like an enumeration, like a state machine. You have to create the class, and it's, yeah. I don't think it has enumerations. One question I asked myself about it, because I did realize that because I was thinking about it, if I wanted to make a Unity game that had controller support, was why didn't it have controller support built in? And people will say, well, game engines don't have it built in. Unreal has it built in. Like for people that actually do say that Unity has it built in, not from the start. And I know Unreal, if you use the blank template, it will not have that stuff built in from the start either. But a lot of people will use the templates that are already built into Unreal. So I got thinking, like, why doesn't Unity at least have a default controller scheme set up? I don't know. But that was something that I did think about, and I also thought about, like, I have a few projects that I want to try and make in Unity just to see what I can do, and I want to see what I can come up with. So the next game jam that I know I'm gonna try and take part in is Dev. What the heck is it? I already forgot. Not that one, but I want to click the join. The Game Off 2022. It starts in 9 months and lasts a month. But if XGEM is gonna start, doing 6-month things, like 6-month intervals between jams, I will gladly partake in it, because I had a lot of fun, and just the people that I've met because of it, thank you, and I hope to work with you guys again soon. It's been a blast. But let's talk about some of the challenges we faced. We faced GitHub merge errors, like merge conflicts, and that was a pain for everyone, not just the repository owner. I think it was a pain for everybody, because it was like working on certain machines and not working on others. That was the thing. So that was fun to deal with, but it was probably frustrating, because it was like, we're gonna have to switch to a repo, and if they get mad at me for talking about this, it's a challenge we faced, and we overcame it by doing the simplest solution for the amount of time we had, creating another repo and migrating. But I'm excited to see what the final game has to offer. And people will say, well, last night you sounded exhausted, and now you sound excited. Because I've actually had time to sleep and to recharge and step away. Yesterday I was filming videos in the heat of the moment, so I was exhausted. I was very frustrated. And yeah, I will say I was frustrated because it was like there was a lot going on. But I will try to show off the working build of the title screen that I had, along with any, gameplay footage here. And I'm probably gonna wait until after the game has been submitted, so I can download it and play it, because that would be really cool. If they, I want to showcase it, because I'm proud of it, and everybody that partook in this project should be proud of it, because they put in a lot of hard work. Thank you all. If anybody from the team watches this, thank you all for allowing me to work with you. It's been a blast, and I know that I may have been like from the videos, I may have been very emotional and very like exhausted, but I'm gonna push through it till the end because I made a promise that I was going to partake in this project, and I did to the best of my abilities. We'll also partake, like, we'll also thinking about my schedule early on, like for this week. So thank you all again. You all are amazing, and I'm very proud to say that I've worked with all of you, and it's been a blast. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to do this again sometime because it's been a really interesting take and a very interesting look into the workings of a Jordan, into a game jam with me. So, I'm going to do this again because this was a lot of fun. And I know it wasn't perfect, you didn't see a lot of gameplay, and I did intend for there to be a lot more. I don't know how long this video is right now. I think in the video editor, after I get everything compiled, it'll probably be about 40 minutes. So thank you all again for watching. Thank you all again for coming on this journey with me, and we will see you very, very soon with a brand new episode of the Unknown Gaming Podcast that will also reflect on the challenges and the journey that I have had through this game jam. Thank you all very much.